The eyes have long been known as the window to the soul. The Bible even says that the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. Our eyes can reveal and give us information that pertain to our current state of health and even indicate patterns that we can be on the lookout for. Hi, I'm Michelle Tonkin ND, a naturopathic doctor whose heart is to help others on their journey to abundant health. Thank you for joining me on the Healthy Solutions for All YouTube channel for today's episode, Iridology, the study of the eyes. So what is in fact iridology? Well, definition of iridology is that it's an alternative medicine technique whose proponents claim that patterns, colors, and other characteristics of the iris can be examined to determine information about patients' systemic health. Practitioners master observations to iris charts, which divide the iris into zones that correspond to different parts of the human body. Iridologists see the eyes as windows into the body's state of health. So iridology is in essence the practice of observing and analyzing patterns or abnormalities in the eyes, and the analysis of the iris structure and its pigmentation can actually be a great assessment tool for overall body health. So look in your eyes in the mirror. Just like our fingerprints, everyone's eyes are completely different, from different colors to fire patterns, etc. In fact, each of our irises are so unique to each individual that they're actually being used in machines like ATMs and even airports for security measures. So how, in fact, does iridology determine our body's health? Well, iridology looks at our iris, which is the colored part of our eyes, and the surrounding structures. Like markings on a map, the iris reveals physiological conditions, psychological health risks, challenges, and or strengths of various organs and personality traits. And through the practice of iridology, one can understand the past, present, and even possible future health conditions. Iridologists have mapped out the iris to specific sections that relate to different organs in our body. So when they observe an area that has a weakness, it shows that practitioner that organ or system that either has a tendency towards a certain condition or is currently dealing with a certain condition. We also all have inherited weaknesses through our DNA, which is then passed down to us through our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, etc. And sometimes this can also show up in our eyes as potential areas of weakness that we should be keen to support. The iris can also show areas of toxic accumulation, as well as the strength of our body's immune system, also known as our constitution. So who started iridology? Well, back in 1670, Dr. Philippus Mayon started research in iridology. He actually published a paper that described his patients' eyes when they had become sick or injured. And in his observations, he was able to notice changes that would happen in the eyes of his patients when they are healed. And from there, he linked points on the iris that would correspond to different parts in the body. His observation of his patient's eyes enabled him to identify areas that needed to be supported before the actual physical symptoms would actually manifest. Modern iridology began a little over 100 years ago in the 1800s. Two physicians, one from Hungary and the other from Sweden, began their own observations and started to gather their findings. It became popular in 1881 when Dr. Ignaz von Pelsky published his book, Discoveries in the Field of Natural Science and Medicine, in which he included the first known iridology chart. Later in 1950, Dr. Bernard Jensen put together one of the first modern iridology charts, and Dr. Jensen is actually credited with keeping iridology alive in North America. So in Europe, extensive research has continued in the study of iridology, where it has now become widely accepted as a means of preventive health care. Interest in iridology in the USA is increasing, and more alternative health practitioners are actually starting to implement this tool in their practices. So how does iridology work? Well, a trained iridologist examines the client's eyes and is able to determine patterns in the iris displayed in its nerve bundles. These nerves display information relayed by the oculomotor nerve from various organs and systems in the body to give an indication of their state of health. The iridologist examines the eyes for iris color, brightness, placement and shape of the trabecular fibers, rings and other discoloration shadings in the white part of the eyes, as well as any areas of weakness as splayed and hole-like lacunas that can appear in the fibers. Once the examination is over, the iridologist will go back over their findings to compare them with the Iridology eye chart and determine which areas in the body may need help now or perhaps in the future. They can also see if certain areas may hold potential problems in the future determined by inherited weaknesses. They can track progress in the iris to see if over time changes have been made for either progression or regression of an ailment. Photos can also be taken of the eyes for those who are unable to see a practitioner in person, and although that's not normally as effective as a diagnostic tool, the iridologist can still gather very beneficial information to aid the body in correcting or preventing imbalances or health conditions. Iridology is not used to necessarily diagnose disease processes, but rather is useful to give the client and health practitioner direction in understanding impossible health conditions or areas of possible concern. This can be invaluable information highlighting areas that one can support to aid the body in health and healing. Some of the conditions that iridology can detect are hypertension, hyperthyroidism, liver damage, gallbladder issues, inflammation, a weakened immune system, digestive issues, allergic sensitivity, lymphatic health, and high cholesterol. And you can see on each one of these that we discussed a little bit under each of them how that works, how iridologists can actually see these conditions in the eyes. So what are some supplements that can support our overall body and eye health? Well, the first one is going to be good old vitamin C. Now, the body uses vitamin C in a variety of ways. A good source of vitamin C is things like oranges, berries, or like dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, even broccoli and cauliflower. It is a water-soluble vitamin and our body needs it on a daily basis, so we need to get it from our diet. Vitamin C is great for our immune system, great for our eyes. It's a very potent antioxidant. It also helps things like helping our body produce collagen, its immunity support, wound healing, skin production, and even helps support our adrenal system, which are our fight or flight response in the body. Now, vitamin C, when it breaks down, actually converts to a natural form of hydrogen peroxide, which is really great against invaders like microorganisms and bacteria. That's why some clinics will even use high doses of vitamin C in IVs to help those with chronic immune disorders and even cancer. It's suggested to take about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day orally, and a good one that we suggest is the whole C from OHS. The next supplement is called Colostrum. Colostrum is a premix fluid produced from the mom's mammary glands during the first 72 hours after giving birth, and it provides all those life-supporting immune and growth factors that ensure the health and vitality of the newborn. The kind of colostrum that we're talking about here, though, is bovine colostrum. And research has shown that colostrum has powerful natural immune and growth factors that help bring the body back into a state of homeostasis or balance. Colostrum is also shown to support healthy immune function, which enables us to resist harmful effects of pollutants, allergens, bacteria, and viruses. Apart from mother's milk, the only viable source of colostrum known is bovine or cow colostrum, and as we age, our bodies gradually produce less and less immune and growth factors to help our bodies fight off disease and heal damaged body tissue. Because of the HGH, human growth hormones, in colostrum, it has the ability to heal with tissue repair and healing, and especially is good for those with things like leaky gut syndrome. 2 randomized studies have also shown that those who take bovine colostrum supplements decrease the incidence of upper respiratory infections like COVID-19 by 50%, and this is done by Dr. Oz and Michael Rosen, MD. The brand that we suggest is Premier Research Labs. The next supplement we're going to recommend is marine collagen. Now, collagen is actually the most abundant protein found in our bodies, and in fact it's found in everything from our tendons, ligaments, skin, muscles, bones, and blood vessels, and plays a vital role in maintaining our overall structural integrity. So collagen is extremely important. Our bodies, however, need collagen from our diet as we only naturally produce about 1%. And because of this natural deficiency, we need to get this from our diet. Research has shown that a decrease in collagen can actually result in conditions like cataracts or glaucoma. And 50 million people around the world are estimated to have cataracts, and about 80% of these are related to aging, with collagen decreasing thought to be a major factor in addition, of course, to diet and environmental pollution like sun and wind. After age 50, your risk for developing cataracts increases quite a bit. So it's quite important that we supplement with this very valuable supplement. Glaucoma is another condition that can affect the eyes. And in this condition, there is an increase in the pressure in the eye, and this happens because the normal drainage of fluids in and out of the eye becomes blocked. Researchers are apt to believe that the weakening of collagen structures of the eyes can cause the eyeball to not be supported properly, and therefore its fluid cannot correctly drain. This then results in the increase of pressure in the eye. Cataracts and glaucoma are leading causes of blindness around the world, so prevention is the key here. Increasing your collagen production through supplementation will not only improve eye health, but also hair, skin, nails, joints, and of course, your gut. The next supplement we're going to talk about is green drinks. They are made from plants and are great for alkalizing, detoxing, and providing the body with minerals and vitamins in a very easy to assimilate form. They also provide your body with micronutrients like vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and are also very potent blood purifiers. They are loaded with nutrients like A, D, E, C, iron, and B complex, which are wonderful for eye support. An herb to also consider is something called eyebright. Now, eyebright is an annual plant native to Europe, but found in many places now around the world. It can reach anywhere from 5 to 15 centimeters in height. The flowers of this plant are purple and white and covered with stripes and spots. Now here below is the uses and benefits of eyebright. As you can see, it can treat pink eye, red eyes, and even cataracts. You can also make a tincture of eyebright by combining 5 to 8 drops of the tincture and about 2 cups of water and washing the affected eye or eyes every 4 to 6 hours. The next thing that eyebright can do is treat eye inflammation. And here is some research that you can see below. It's also good for treating the liver, as the presence of acumen is believed to help clear liver and can be used in treating jaundice. Eyebright can also treat upper respiratory tract infections, helpful in treating things like cold, measles, hay fever, as well as bronchial and pulmonary irritations. It can also help the body deal with cough, sore throat, congestion, hoarseness, and sinusitis. It can also help deal with sinus irritation. You can make an eyebright tea. It's suggested to go ahead and use a tea bag of the herb or boil a teaspoon of the dry eyebright leaves for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then strain and drink this up to about 3 times a day. Eyebright can also improve memory, as it has a lot of naturally occurring beta-carotene. And you can see the Archives of Internal Medicine in 2007, what that study says there. It can also treat acne and skin irritation. You can make a poultice of the eyebright and apply it to tighten pores and help heal acne and soothe irritated skin. So are there any kind of side effects of using eyebright? Well, eyebright has a few side effects, but is not suggested to use directly on the eyes. And some of the side effects can be confusion, tearing, itching, headaches, redness, sneezing, nausea, vision problems, toothache, sweating, constipation, trouble breathing, cough, trouble sleeping, insomnia, and others. It's also not suggested to use during pregnancy or breastfeeding, and for those who are diabetics, eyebright can unfortunately lower blood sugar, so you have to watch your sugar levels if you have this condition and use eyebright. It's also suggested to not use eyebright until at least 15 days before having surgery, as it might interfere with blood sugar control. The next supplement we want to talk about are enzymes. Enzymes are protein molecules and are present in all living things, and they have 2 parts. The protein part is a long chain which contains hundreds of amino acids in a specific arrangement, and the other part is a coenzyme, usually a vitamin or mineral, Or it may contain a vitamin or perhaps a molecule which has been created from a vitamin. The enzymes found in 102 foods are responsible for breaking down the food particles as well as the biochemical reactions that make them ripen. Now, supplementation of vitamins and minerals are useless unless there are enough of the appropriate enzymes to utilize them. And there are two different types of supplemental enzymes available. There's an animal one and plant. Now, animal enzymes are actually derived from the pancreas of beef or pork. However, they do not spare the body's own production of digestive resources, and therefore the body actually has to contribute a large amount of its own digestive enzymes to help digest food, especially in the early stage of digestion. Plant enzymes, however, are able to pre-digest food in the stomach, and they work in a broader pH range than animal enzymes, so they are able to pre-digest food. They are also derived from a natural source and not potentially laden with animal toxins. While manufacturers are careful to put back vitamins and minerals that are lost during food manufacturing, they unfortunately do not replace the enzymes. So therefore, unless supplementary forms of enzymes are taken, our diets will continue to be deficient in these nutrients, which are essential for health and healthy living. So thank you so much again for joining me on the Healthy Solutions for All YouTube channel. I hope that you gained a lot of valuable information today about the study of iridology, as well as some natural supplements that can help you in your eye health. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach us at our website, healthysolutionsforall.com. Check us out, check out our supplements that we recommend, check out our YouTube channel, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And feel free to share this video with anyone you think might benefit. Thank you again. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and make His face shine upon you. Until next time.